Hey guys, today I'm going to share with you just a look incorporating some tips to avoid the makeup meltdown. Say you have really oily skin or you're living somewhere where it's just really hot right now and humid and you're sweating or you just get extra oily. I feel you guys and I want to help out as much as I can. So typically I would go straight into, applying the makeup, but skincare is so important and that's why I really wanted to just briefly talk about that. So normally I get right out of the shower or, if I don't shower or wash my hair that morning, I will prep my face with the skincare after washing it. Of course, I still wash my face. And if you have really oily skin, you want to avoid using something very heavy or full of oil. You want to just use something lightweight. So what I'm applying is the Vichy Normaderm Anti-Age Anti-Imperfection, Anti-Wrinkle Resurfacing Care. It's a very, very, very lightweight moisturizer. So if you want to use something like a gel or something like this where it's just not greasy or heavy at all, you can prep your face with that. And then I apply my SPF because of course if you're going to be out and about outside, you do want to protect your face and your neck, so apply your SPF to your face and neck. What I'm applying is the BeautyRx Skincare by Dr. Schultz. It is the Maximum Solar Defense Sheer Cream SPF 50 for face, and this actually does an excellent job at keeping my face matte. Because if I had nothing on my face right now, as you can see, I did my hair, I even did my nails. Typically, I would be a complete oil slick by now. So skincare makes a huge, huge difference. This is a really great mattifying product. This is by Nurturing Force. It is the Blot Out Offensive Shine and Oil Control Cream. So say, you've washed your face, you've moisturized it, but you still see that shine on your face in certain areas. Those are the areas that you need to mattify. If you have a beauty blender, go ahead and use that, but I'm just going to use a sponge wedge. And I'm going to tap it in the areas that get shiny, really shiny. Of course, in the T-zone. So I'm just going to pat this in. A little bit goes a long way. You don't want to apply too much. And then I'm going to apply my base. So I'm still in love with my Missha Perfect Cover BB Cream, guys. If I applied this with nothing on my face, if I didn't prep it with anything, then yes, this would not hold up to my oily skin at all. But because I prepped it, it's still great. I love the finish on my skin. I don't feel like I should have to sacrifice the kind of, BB cream or foundation finish just because I have oily skin. So there you go. So I'm just gonna pump a little bit out. I use very little. And then if you guys recall, I'm in love with my CoverGirl True Blend in the shade M4 because it has a lot of yellow tones to it. So I'm going about half and half here, and I'm just going to mix that with my finger. See, so I'm just mixing that, and then I'm just going to dot that around my face before I blend it in. And just blend everything in. So as you can see, it's evening out my skin tone. I'm still not really looking shiny, I'm just looking healthy because of the finish of that BB cream, which is what I love. Now I'm going to use my L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Concealer. I'm loving it. It is really great for underneath the eyes because it doesn't crease or anything, so I love that. Just put some red on the brush and then I just dot it underneath the eyes and I blend that. And it does a great job at brightening. And then of course you do want to set your face. Even at this point, if you see any shine at all, take a blotting sheet. Take a blotting sheet and just get rid of any of that excess oil before you even powder it. I'm okay because of the way that I prep my skin. It really helped. So now I'm going to grab my MAC Blot Pressed Powder. And you can use a fluffier brush if you just want a light dusting for now. Sometimes I just do a light dusting first, and then later in the day when I do my touch-up, then I use a stiffer and more dense brush, not something as fluffy as this one. So I'm just going to go into my MAC Blot Pressed Powder. This is still my favorite, my absolute favorite powder. It just really does a great job. And I'm just going to brush that into my T-zone area underneath the eyes. You can even do the eyes. So I'm sure as most of you know, an eye primer will make all the difference to help keep your makeup from creasing and melting and smearing. So I'm going to apply that all over my lid as well as underneath the eyes. The palette I'm going to actually be using is my IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. If you guys watched my recent haul video, I had mentioned that I was iffy about this, but you know what? I have been using this very frequently and I have been really enjoying it. It is such a great palette with a bunch of matte shadows. So matte shadows are a great way to go to keep your eye makeup intact. It ends up still looking so beautiful and like silky and luxurious on the eyes after a full day. So I am really impressed with this palette lately. I'm loving the colors in here. They're all extremely wearable. So I'm gonna grab my dual-ended brush right here. This is from one of the older Sigma palettes. Then I'm just gonna take this end of it, which is the E25, and I'm gonna go into Violet first. It's like a very soft violet shade. Because I like sort of that smoky hazy effect, I actually like to go over the lids with this first, just to give that tone right here. So I'm getting that on there first. This is going to be a really quick and easy look that I've been wearing a lot lately. And I'm going to go into All Heart, which is sort of like a mauve-y shade. I think it pairs really nicely right on top of that violet. So I'm just getting that all over the lid once again. It just has a slightly warmer tone to it, so I think it's really, really pretty. Now I'm going to go into Java, which is just the deep brown in this palette. We're going to get that onto the outer corners. Punch that in there. Quick and easy look. Alright, so we got that. If you want to blend it out a little bit, I'm just gonna wipe any excess off my hand. I'm gonna go into Warmth right here. If you just want to blend out the edges, you can go into one of these lighter shades and just tap that right on the outer edges. So everything looks a little bit more blended. Do that to both sides. Alright, you've got a great, quick, easy blended look, guys. Really, really easy. And you can always go back and touch up anything if you need to. Alright, and then I'm going to go into my Transforming Pearl. This is the one shimmery shade in the palette, which I'm so glad that it has it, because I can do an entire eye look with this palette, since I do love this shimmery highlight in the inner corner here. I'm using the pencil side of the brush now. Apply that to the brow bone, just to highlight that. This is just a black liner from Sigma. It's one of my favorites. And I'm just gonna apply a tiny tad bit on the outer half of my lower lash line. I'm using this little smudger brush and I'm smearing this out. Any kind of cream product, you wanna make sure you spread that out so that it's not so creamy and it's not gonna move around. So it's really important that you just smear that out. Now I'm going to go into my palette and I'm going to set that, because you definitely want to set it. So let's go into Violet and just get that all over. And then I'm just going to take All Heart and a mix of Warmth, any of these lighter shades, just to kind of soften up the edges here and just to further set the entire look. Okay, I'm just going to use my Dolly Wink liquid liner. Liquid liner, I think, is the way to go if you don't want anything to melt on you. Some gel liners work really well too. So I'm just going to apply my usual very thin line in the inner part and thicken it out with a tiny wing, and we'll be right back. And then of course I'm just going to curl my lashes. I'm using my Schumer lash curler, and I'm going to apply my Maybelline the Falsies waterproof mascara. Just some finishing touches to wrap it up. I'm just going to apply my Maybelline Fit Me powder in Golden Beige as my contour and bronzer color using my Sigma Large Powder F30 brush. Still one of my favorites. Benefit's Dandelion as my blush. It's a really pretty color. It's like this soft pinky mauve color, because I do have like a soft smoky eye going on, and I am going to have a little pop of color on my lips, so I don't want to go too heavy on the cheeks. And then I'm going to grab my Neutrogena Moisture Smooth Color Stick in Bright Berry. I literally just apply it to the inner center of my lips. And then I use like a nude lipstick on the outer part of my lips. So I'm going to apply my Revlon lipstick in Soft Nude. Just for the rest of my lips. And it gives a really, really pretty effect. So there's the completed look. If I were you, I would definitely bring some blotting sheets or, you know, your blotting powder or both. I typically bring both with me because I'll need to touch up at least once throughout the day. And if you're someone really oily or living in really humid climate, that is not bad at all. Trust me on this one. So I hope you guys found this helpful. This is just the look that I've been wearing a lot lately, and definitely let me know what you think down below. If there are any products that help you combat the heat, help you avoid the makeup meltdown, please do share with us down below in the comments. Don't forget to like the video if you found it helpful or informative or insightful, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!